Communication Air.
Welcome to episode 83 of the Communication Air podcast. I'm one of your hosts, John Ebo, and not with us again, is Cheesy. So we have Nightcrawler724. Welcome back. Also, I was lazy. I didn't feel like trying to find a guest, so we're doing something a little bit different. We're not doing a community patch note episode, which is fine. But I do think that this one's going to be fun. I think a lot of the listeners will enjoy it. I think maybe listeners, let us know your thoughts and comments and stuff. But Crawler, thanks for being back on.
Thanks for having me.
I think if you do three in a row, since this is three in a row, you're officially you kick Cheesy off the show.
Oh, okay. It's official now.
Yeah, it's official.
We can add my name to the Twitter. The Twitter banner on it.
Actually, I forget who said it. Somebody in the Discord said that they enjoyed the episode before Cheesy had his baby. They said it felt like an old NPC episode, which Nintendo Powercast, tweet at N64Josh. Tell him to bring it back.
I was in his chat. We were playing Smash the other day, and we were talking about he's going to. Are you going to PAX
Unplugged? Is that's this weekend? Oh man,
yeah.
I signed up for a Mario Kart tournament.
That's
gonna
right.
be all day. It's gonna be all day on Saturday. So if you want to watch me be bad at Mario Kart, check out my Twitch channel on twitch.tv/JohnEbo on December 7th. Right, I think that's Saturday.
That's Saturday. Yep. But he and I were talking about he wants to get together with everybody, and we do kind of what we're doing tonight, which is talking about kind of all the games throughout the year and what was good, what was bad, and what we thought, and kind of just getting together. I think he wants, at least for right now, while he's been kind of going through transition stuff, is try to do like an episode a month. So we'll definitely get back on that train and start talking with him and get something going.
Yeah, I've been getting messages. Is NPC done? No, it's not done. It's just like on a little break. It's fine. We'll be back.
Switch 2 is on the.
Switch 2 is.
I mean,
hopefully,
whenever that comes out, we'll be coming roaring back. Hopefully,
it's, the Joy-Con the Joy-Con supposedly got leaked today.
Is that the magnetic? Is it magnetic confirmed or?
I don't know. It was just it kind of looked like a 3D print of a. It just looked like a Joy-Con with like an extra button. So who knows if that's true or not?
I want to get a 3D printer. Are you at all intrigued by that hobby?
I am a little intrigued. Like, I don't know. It seems expensive.
Bamboo makes it seem affordable though, but like I need to find the space for it too though.
But it could be like a nice little side hustle if you get it going enough.
Yeah.
Like I have these little Pokemon things, fidgets.
That's cool.
And like that's just 3D printed. So if you find something like that you could design and just sell 3D prints, even you could probably even buy designs and just sell them on the TikTok shop.
Yep.
But anyway, before we get into it, how was your holiday? Did you do anything fun?
I went. I was talking last week. I went down to Colorado Springs to my brother-in-law's house. We did dinner down there. I've been fighting a cold all week, so I was like, I caught up on sleep. Like I took a 4-hour nap on Wednesday. That was nice in the middle of the day. Took the kids to see Moana 2 on Wednesday as well. That was good. Still need to go see Wicked. I need to go do that. But yeah, I mean, I played a little bit. Fortnite had a new season launch yesterday. Check that out a little bit. Been playing Stitch. I started building my Lego Home Alone house. I'm going to do that one bag a day for the month of December.
Advent calendar.
Yep.
I'm working on Yoshi. I'm working on the Mario and Yoshi
the one
build
behind me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing it come together.
Yeah, you get to. I think the tongue and you do like the legs first, and then you do the tongue, and then you do Mario last, and you add them up there.
Yeah, I'm probably about halfway through. I don't build that much. Like I do a couple bags, maybe a few bags a night, every other night or so. So it takes us a little bit. We have a big backlog of stuff. We're still working on the Barrador. I think we're close. I think we only have like the eye left, but that's about it.
Did you sell your second one?
No, so what we did is we pieced it out.
Okay.
So we
Are you gonna build Barad-dûr super tall then?
now we sold the neck. Like we sold the. So
Oh, you
what
sold
we,
the extra part that does make it tall.
yeah. So what we have a ton of extra like black pieces. If we want to, we were thinking about doing like Mount the volcano.
Just more of Mount Doom than what
Yeah,
Frodo and Sam
but
have in that.
I think at this point we're kind of just over it. We're not going to do that. But we did. So we sold the minifigs. We sold the eye separately. We sold the neck, the neck, and I think we made more than we bought it for. So that was pretty cool.
So you got a free Barad-dûr, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I went to see Wicked on Friday. Yeah, I think Friday night I went to see Wicked, and we went to a theater that we don't usually go to. We usually go to. It's called a movie tavern. Like that's the brand. They're owned by Marcus Theaters, but we decided to go to a Regal theater, and it was just so much worse. I'm never doing that again.
So the one you go to is more like you can get more food and drinks and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
you get extra food. You get
Is it like
adult
the couches
beverages
that you can kind of sit on?
Well, it's reclining seats. Regal at least had the reclining seats, but I don't know, it just felt not as clean. I don't know if that's the right word, but it didn't feel. It felt weird.
Harken back to the old sticky movie theater floor.
Yeah, like at the movie tavern, we could just order the food off of our phone, and then they bring it to you, and to your seats. But the Regal, like I had to stand in line to get my popcorn.
Like a peasant.
Yeah, like a peasant. Yeah. And then I don't know. We wanted to see like what the difference was because we haven't gone to a Regal cinema in like a really long time. And we're not going back anytime soon. We might go to a different theater, maybe an AMC, but not Regal. But Wicked is really good. I really enjoyed it. I saw I've seen the Broadway play, so I know the story. It is part one, which I feel like they don't advertise that. There's two parts.
Yeah. Well, and how long? It's a long part one.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's
long.
I mean, that's how long the play is, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. And it's only the first act. But it doesn't feel that long. It's longer than Gladiator 2. I think Gladiator 2 is like 2.5 hours, and
I think we're gonna show the kids because I don't think with all the streaming services that they haven't really ever taken the time down to watch kind of the classic stuff. So we're gonna have them watch Wizard of Oz, and I think because it is only Wicked's only rated PG, so I think we'll take the kids to go see it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in there that really.
But
I'm sorry,
yeah,
I'm auto focusing and it's messing up.
Let them get the context of Wizard of Oz before we go take them to see.
My sister took my nephew. He's 8, so
yeah.
But I think Ariana Grande did a great job. I think the woman that played Elphaba did a really good job. It's a fun movie. It's a good movie. But yeah, that's what I did, and then had Thanksgiving dinner with with my family. But that's not where
get any gaming in.
I did. I've been playing a lot of Star Wars Hunters, which we're going to we're talking about games that we enjoyed this year, like our top games. And honestly, I think Star Wars Hunters is one of my most enjoyed, or maybe a surprising game.
Well, it only took 2 years for that to come out, right?
Yeah, and I was pleasantly surprised when I played it. I thought it was going to be bad. I thought it was going to be like, oh, it's just another hero shooter. It's only on mobile and Nintendo Switch. It is coming to PC now, but it is very fun. Like I've had a lot of fun with it. Maybe it is because it is only on mobile and Nintendo Switch, and there's not really sweats. Like it's not. It doesn't feel as sweaty as some of the other games.
Yeah, because as soon as Rivals drops here, is that this week?
That is this week. That's I think Thursday. It's on. When's the 6th? Yeah, no, Friday.
Friday.
I think it's the 6th. Yeah.
As soon as that comes out, that's going to be pretty sweaty, probably.
That looks really good, though. That looks really good.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
excited
game
for
that
it.
looks exciting. And then we got Indiana Jones this week as well.
This week as well. Yep.
So there's two big releases that are before this episode.
You can buy it early and start playing on Wednesday, maybe the 5th?
No, I think that's a pass. I think I'm just gonna wait and get the.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, it like at least for Forza, like I feel like you got something more for your money for the early access. But for this, it's like it's a single player game. There's no multiplayer. You're just buying costumes, but it's a first person game. So it's like, what are you buying the costumes for?
Is it premium? Like, do you have to pay extra?
You have to pay the $30 or whatever for the
Ugh.
to get the
That's
early
gross.
access. Like
I mean,
just like they did for Forza and for Starfield too.
Starfield. I feel like, but those games had a reason to. I think
Yeah.
Starfield. I'm pretty sure you get the. Honestly, I haven't loaded up Starfield. I don't know if you have the DLC.
I think you got the I think you got the DLC with it.
But yeah, Forza, you got a bunch of cars and stuff, and I think you get the DLC. But Indiana Jones, I don't know. It also like there's a apparently there's 4 hours of cutscenes, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
Oh, so maybe that's why you buy your costumes so you can see Indy in your costume.
I am interested. I do like Indiana Jones. I'm a big Indiana Jones fan, so I'm interested to see how it plays out. I think I've enjoyed all the Indiana Jones movies, even the bad ones, like the Crystal Skull and the one that just came out.
I haven't seen the one that just came out. I feel
With
that's on Disney Plus. I need to sit down and watch that.
It's not. They're not. It's not good. But like Indiana Jones just makes me happy.
Was it better than Crystal Skull?
I probably, yeah. I mean, Crystal Skull is pretty bad.
Yeah,
it is weird how they like Shia
yeah.
LaBeouf's not in the new one, and it's kind of weird how they scoot him away. But the original 3 Indiana Jones, I like a lot. Temple of Doom, definitely doesn't hold up. But I don't know. Yeah, so we're talking about our favorite games this year, but before we do that, make sure you leave reviews. I don't think we got a new review yet. New written review anyway. On Apple. And leave 5-star reviews on Spotify. Follow us on Twitter, Twitch. Not Twitch. We don't have Twitch. YouTube, Instagram. I've been trying to put some clips up, so we'll get that going again. But yes, we're talking about our favorite games this year. And I don't know how you want to approach this. You want to start with games that like came out early in the year, or
yeah, I mean, you and I both have a Wikipedia article that has kind of the whole year. I mean, I think a lot of this is also going to be some stuff that like we didn't play. Like the 2 biggest games I feel like that came out in January were Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth and Tekken 8, which I played Tekken 8 at TwitchCon in October, or maybe PAX too. PAX the year prior in 2023. But I didn't buy either of those games. Did you play either of those 2?
No, I was debating on getting Tekken 8 because I wanted to play it on Steam Deck, but it's a little hard to tell if a game will work on Steam Deck. And I think at the time it didn't say if it was supported or not, so I kind of passed. The other one that was big that came out in January that I think we both played was Prince of Persia. Right? I think that came out in January.
Oh, yep, the 18th.
Yeah, January 18th. Which
you're further in it than I am. I kind of fell off, but yeah, I definitely want to go back to it because it does get a lot of praise from.
It's long.
Lots of people in the industry.
It's a long game.
Yeah.
I think I'm like 15 or 20 hours in, and I'm pretty sure I
think it's a 30-hour game.
Yeah, it's a long one.
But rip to that studio.
I know. Yeah, they're shut down now. I actually just bought the physical version of Lost Crown this past on Black Friday because it was like $20, which I think is a good deal. Honestly, that game I think is worth more than that, but unfortunately,
I think I paid $35. I waited a month or so and got it for $35.
But yeah, that's one of the games that I was pleasantly surprised with. I didn't beat it, but it's very good. Definitely, if you have a Nintendo Switch and you're looking for a Metroidvania, definitely check out that Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. I think they are supposed to get content, or did they cancel the
They
DLC?
canceled it. I think they canceled the DLC.
Oh,
I'm
that
not positive, but
sucks.
I think that came about when they shuttered the studio. I think they said it was going to um, not get the deals. I think they were
Like
refunding people if they had it.
I want to recommend that game. I do want to recommend that game, but like it kind of sucks because we're not going to get another game. Like that is it. That is Prince of Persia. I don't know if Prince of Persia the IP is done, but those 2D Metroidvania versions of Prince of Persia is definitely done. It's unfortunate because that is a very good game, which I recommend. And you get it for pretty cheap. I
Yeah, I'm
don't
sure
think
it was on sale this last weekend probably.
I don't think since it was early access, I don't think it's in here. But Pal World came out in January or early
Is it not
access.
listed on that list?
It's not on this list, but it did come out in January in early access. I
But it
played
was
a ton
early
of
in
that.
Was it early in December then for Game Pass then or whatever it was?
It was day and date in Game Pass.
Okay, but because it had been in
I
game
think it's
preview or
considered
game
early
preview or whatever
access
it
in
was.
Game Pass. Yeah,
Okay.
or game preview, whatever they call it. But it's not. I don't know if it's even a full release right now. But
Well, they're
I
getting sued, so
yeah, I played a bunch of that game. I thought it was fun for a bit. It's definitely not what I was expecting. I guess it was
I
a
I watched it a
survival.
little bit, but yeah, once I found out it was a tree puncher, I was like, eh.
And you don't even get guns for a long time. Like you have to play for like 15, 20 hours to even get a gun. And that's their
And
big marketing point was Pokemon with guns.
do you give a gun to a Pokemon then, or do certain Pokemon have
So certain
guns?
so certain Pokemon you could like upgrade or sorry, they're not Pokemon, but certain Pokemon
Pals,
have
pals,
pals.
the
Yeah,
pals.
pals have like abilities, and like as they level up, you could give them a like some of them you could give a gun. Other ones, like one of the little fox is like a flamethrower itself. Like
Because you're
it's
pretty
you
much
don't give
just
it a gun.
raising them to be indentured servitude, right? Like
Exactly. I mean that's what Pokemon
you're
is.
putting them to
Yeah,
work in your
you're making
town
them
or
farm and
your home front, and then you're sending other ones out to go fight for you or whatever.
I
It's
I
kind of a
played
dark
like
world.
I played like 15, 20 hours of it, I would say. And it is, if you like survival games, you'll like it, but there's not much else to it. Like, maybe there is more now. I don't like playing games in early access because they always, like, change from,
Hmm.
they always get patched to, like, 1.0. That's why, like, I didn't play much of Hades 2 because I'm waiting for that 1.0 version of the game because that's the full release. That's the same with Power World. Like it's just they made a ton of money from that marketing, and I have a feeling that they won't update it. But Power World was interesting. Oh, the best game. I'm in February now. The best
Yeah,
game to come out.
February. I'm looking at February, and February is it's a tale of two sides of the coin there.
Foam
But go ahead
Stars.
first. I was gonna
Oh,
say,
and there's Suicide Squad too.
Suicide killed the Justice League, and then 4 days later, Foam Stars, which they had to give away to get people to play, and still
Is that
people aren't
still
playing
up?
it.
Is that still? I don't know if they shut that down.
I don't know if it's still up or not. I would have to boot up my PS5 and look at that. Um,
Oh my god! I
Another
tried playing that
one.
game, and that was it's so bad.
It was. They don't do a good job explaining the game to you at all. It looks like it's Splatoon-ish, but it's not, and it's weird. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered was, I think, received poorly. I think just the control scheme they didn't update it or change it. It really is just kind of a remastered coat of paint on
I
the
didn't
controls.
get that
So
one.
I didn't either. Excuse me. But I heard, I mean, a lot of the complaints were like back in the day, you had to jump. You had to press the jump button well before you wanted to jump. and Laura would fall down pits quite often, like, and land in water, and you'd have to crawl your way back up to the top and try that jump again. It was all very frustrating because the controls aren't super responsive in that game. But then you have the other side of the coin. You got Helldivers 2, which came out of nowhere and just kind of took the zeitgeist by storm there. And we also got Balatro in February as well.
Balatro, game of the year. Cheesy finally started playing it.
We got Skull and Bones and Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 as well.
Yeah, there's somebody. Yeah, Skull and Bones. I don't
that
think
still
that was
live?
the first quadruple A game. I don't think anybody talked about it.
And Ubisoft's year was just bad, huh?
Yeah, well, definitely didn't help. Their marketing didn't help. But I mean, Prince of Persia was decent. It just didn't sell well.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones. I mean, that was in development hell for
It was.
how long?
And I played a private playtest of it or whatever, and I was like,
Didn't you have to sign an NDA for that?
I did. Yeah.
They made you sign an NDA for that. That's ridiculous.
It was bad.
But yeah, I think. Oh, Mario versus Donkey Kong. Yeah, that came out. I forgot. I honestly forgot that came out this year.
Beat it. I think there's more levels that you unlock at the end of it.
Yeah, there's
I haven't gone back and done that, but
like a side
I did
B or whatever.
Beat the game
or New Game Plus. I did roll credits on that, but I forgot that came out this year. I thought that was last year.
Oh, Sons of the Forest. That was a hardcore tree puncher on PC. I played that. I have that one.
Dragon Age. Not Dragon Age. Dragon's Dogma came out in February, I think, right?
Oh, Rebirth came out. There's a ton that came out in February.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy Rebirth, which I didn't play. Did you play that?
You and I both own it, but yeah, we haven't played it yet.
Wait, I don't think I own. Do I own Rebirth? I have the other one. I have the other one. I have the. Oh my god!
Remake.
Remake? Is it just called Remake?
Yeah. Which I'm trying, like, I'm near the end on Remake, and I'm trying to finish it so I can start Rebirth, because I have heard good things, but it gets a little long in the tooth at the end. But
I probably did buy Rebirth. I just don't remember, and I don't think I ever loaded it up.
I haven't loaded mine because it doesn't have enough space on my PS5, so that's why I'm trying to beat Remake so I can.
Gotta get that PS5 Pro. Apparently, it's really good on the PS5 Pro.
I'm sure it is. But I mean, I think we didn't talk enough about Balatro. Balatro, I feel like it came out on the 20th. Did you get that kind of right off the bat?
I did. I
got
it.
You championed it for the three of the other, for the four of us in Powercast. I think you.
Yeah, I think I bought that day one because I remember hearing about it. I don't know if it came to PC first or if it was on PC and Switch at the same time, but I know a lot of people were playing it on PC back when it came out, and I'm glad it's getting the praise that it deserves. I know a lot of people have picked it up since it got nominated for Game of the Year. It's hard to explain. Like, that game is so hard to explain why it's good. Mm-hmm. You just kind of have to play it for yourself.
You just get lost in it.
Yeah, it's a time suck, right? The runs you take you 40-45 minutes. And it's just infinite replayability. Like, you can just keep doing runs. Like, I think I have almost 100 hours into it on Switch, but then I also have on I have it on mobile and I have it on Steam. I have hours on each and every one of them. And I would love to show, if you showed somebody gameplay, if they're like, why do you like this so much? It doesn't look fun.
Sitting on the screen, yeah.
Except for I just saw a TikTok. I put it in the Discord. Just check it out. I don't know if they hacked the game or if they somehow are much better than I am, but it was insane. They had like.
Did they get the score that you were trying to get?
No, way more than that. I'm trying to get 100 million. Like, one of the achievements is get 100 million for a hand, which you need to unlock a certain Joker. My highest is 60 million, which I thought was ridiculous. But this video is crazy. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if they hacked it, but it was impressive.
put all your eggs in the basket of upgrading one specific hand and get that hand.
Well, I think
because if you manipulate your deck to be like so many 9s in your deck or whatever, and you play for 3 of a kind a lot, there's sometimes where if you have the cards for a full house, but it behooves you to play 3 of a kind and not the full house.
Yeah.
Because you've ranked up your full you've ranked up your 3 of a kind, and you have multipliers on, like, if you can get a joker that's like play a hand that's less than 5 cards, and you only play those 3 cards for the 3 of a kind,
20,
you get the multiplier going, and it just goes crazy.
Yeah, Cheesy, if you're listening to this, I know he started playing, and I know he was asking for advice. My biggest advice is to get the jokers that have, like, that you can upgrade their multiplayer. So there's one that's like, if you every time you get a planet card, it like increases the multiplier by like 0.1. So I'm not talking about like the 20 multiplier or the 10 multiplier. I'm talking about like the 1.5 times multipliers. Those are what you want.
Mm-hmm. I was listening to IGN's GameScoop or whatever, and they were talking about something I didn't realize you could do. Do you know you could rearrange your jokers?
Yes, you should, and you have to.
I didn't realize that, and so like I haven't played a lot of Balatro since I heard that, so like I need to go back in and
it's like backwards math. So when you think, maybe I like this game because I like math, and it's a lot of multiplication and stuff. But in math, you always do like the multiplication first. So, you would, if it was like 5 plus 2 times 3, you would do 2 times 3 first, and then you do the addition. In Balatro, it's different. You do the multiplier last, or it's based on where the joker is.
It's hand, and then it goes.
You always want to have your multipliers, like your times 2, times 3, times 4 at the end. Like, you always want those to be the last.
All the score added in. Yep.
Yeah. So if you have like a plus 10 multiplier, you would want that probably like first, and then your chip additions, and then at the end you want the like times 3, times 4, because you'll get your most bang for your buck. Yes, definitely rearrange jokers. There is a boss blind where it flips your jokers and rearranges them, so you have to figure out where your jokers are, and then you can rearrange. You can also rearrange your cards. Like, you don't.
Can you rearrange them while you're in a hand, or do you have to do that before you go into a hand or whatever?
No, you can do it when you're in a hand. You can do it at any time. Okay. You can also rearrange the cards that you have in your hand, because sometimes you have cards that have like a multiplier on it, so you kind of want that to be the last one. You could rearrange them in any way. But yeah, definitely rearrange your jokers. That's the
hardest one is when you draw cards and they're face down. I hate those boss fights.
Yeah, I always just discard. Like, I just discard no matter what.
Yep.
But I love Balatro. I might stream it one night. I've been wanting to stream it now that everybody is talking about it because it's Game of the Year, or like nominated for Game of the Year. I probably will. And
you can make some TikToks out of that.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. It's my Game of the Year pick. It's my favorite game this year. And I have more hours in it. Like, I had more hours in it than Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I have like 90.
You combine it across all the platforms and stuff.
Yeah. But Balatro, definitely check it out. I think it was on sale, and I'm not sure if it is anymore, but I wonder why I've been telling Cheesy to play this game for months and months and months, and then he didn't listen to me until it got nominated for Game of the Year, and he decided that he will finally play it. And I'm really interested to see what the orchestra is for that, because it's not...
It's just like, it's just chill, like Minecraft music almost.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, Balatro, number 1 for me.
Moving on to March. There's a game I haven't gotten yet, but I did order it over Black Friday here. Unicorn Overlord. I know
Oh, it
that
was
got
half
a lot
off.
of
It was half
praise.
off, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. So I
I
should be getting that here pretty soon.
I played a bit of that game. It's like Fire Emblem to the max. It's a very
Yeah.
strategy heavy game. And sometimes I feel dumb when I play those games, so I don't play
Did you
them
get your
that long.
fitness boxing in, Johnny? That
I
came
did
out.
not. I do want to get it though. I need to get active.
This is a good flashback to a good TikTok you had with Battlefront Classic Edition. You did the draw distance and how bad that was on that
Oh
game.
yeah,
Do you
it
remember
was
that
super
one?
laggy on
Yeah, you zoomed in
Switch.
or whatever on a with a sniper, and it was like the pop in was very bad for
Yeah, that
whatever
was
you were
not.
seeing.
I wonder if it's better now or if that's just how it was gonna be. But I was disappointed in the Battlefront Classic Collection. I never played the Battlefront games, the old ones. I played the newer ones. So I wanted to give, because everybody loves Battlefront 2. I wanted to give it a shot, but I don't know. It didn't hold up for me, but it might have been because it was on Switch.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, but it wasn't getting great scores on Xbox or PlayStation either.
The other, there are, was a big chunk of releases like in the 20 on March. This is March 22nd. You had Dragon's Dogma 2, Princess Peach Showtime, and Rise of the Ronin all on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
I played all of these. Well, at least a portion of all of these.
Dogma 2 was talked about a lot because wasn't that like you could pick up your friend and like throw them across like a chasm or something like that to
Oh, I
or
don't.
like I remember hearing about it on different podcasts and stuff. Like I think it not in the same vein I think of like Drivatars, like didn't I think you could like recruit your friends, but they weren't actually it was their character, but
Oh,
they
they were
weren't actually there kind of
pawns. I
deal.
think they're called pawns in that game.
Yeah, and you could just use and abuse those pawns when they were in the game or whatever.
Yeah, I played a portion of the game. I love high fantasy stuff, so it was fun, like fighting griffins and minotaurs and enemies like that. But I kind of fell off of it pretty quickly. It was a little confusing. It didn't really tell you where to go anywhere. I know a lot of people like that game. Princess Peach, I did not care for. I couldn't even.
My daughters enjoyed it, but yeah, I didn't get very far in it. It was kind of it felt like they wanted you to play through it multiple times, and it was kind of frustrating to do that. Like you had
Yeah,
to play
because
through the level
if you
multiple
missed
times.
a collectible, then you have to go through
Hmm.
the whole level again.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't. I think I did like the first boss fight, and then I stopped. I didn't do the rest of the game. That game's probably super short. I probably should just do it, but it
I think
wasn't.
it's the you have the basement, the main floor, and I think maybe a floor or two above. I mean that you jump into the different shows or whatever.
Rise of the Ronin is just another like samurai game. I know a lot of people. I thought the horse animations were goofy. Like it looked weird with the horse. A lot of people said that that game did not look good. Like it looked like a PS3 game as opposed to a PS5 game. But
Hmm.
it wasn't anything special. Just going down. I'm going down the list here. I don't see anything else really in March. No. There's a bunch of games that came out that I've never heard. Oh, Pepper Grinder came out. That was an interesting game.
Yeah, and you played through that I think in a weekend and beat
Yeah, it was
that,
super
right?
short.
I played the demo. I kind of enjoyed it, but I didn't. It didn't cause me to want to pull the trigger on it. I guess.
I like the idea of it. Like the platforming was pretty good. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Celeste, a little
Echo
different.
the Dolphin. You had to move like Echo.
Yeah. It wasn't that like it didn't work perfectly all the time. And I just thought it was way too short. Like I wanted more of it. but it was only a few hours long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was only like four worlds or something like that, right? And there was only
Yeah, I
so
think it
many
was. I think it was
levels
4
in each of the
worlds. It
worlds.
just, yeah, unfortunately, it just wasn't long. Looking at the April releases, that's when some of the
Animal Well came out in April, or no, that was May. What
that's
came out
when
in April?
some of the Xbox games came out to like other platforms. So, Grounded came to Nintendo Switch. Pentiment came to Nintendo Switch. Sea of Thieves did not come to Nintendo Switch. Came to PS5. I bought Grounded on Nintendo Switch, but I have yet to open it. I just wanted to have that Xbox game on my system. I didn't buy Pentiment, but I did buy Grounded. That's another. What do you call them? Tree punchers?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. Tree puncher. A tree puncher game. For those listeners, tree punching just means survival games, survival crafting games, I guess, right?
Minecraft likes.
Minecraft likes, yeah. Another Crab's Treasure came out in April. That was the
Not great on Switch, but
not great on Switch. It's a fun game. It's a Souls like, I would say.
yep.
It's but yeah, on Switch it's rough. If you want to play that game, don't play it on Switch.
TMNT Wrath of the Mutants. That was
That's the bad one.
is that the
That's not the. So there was a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games that came out this year.
yeah.
That's not the Hades like. That one's Splinter
Yeah,
Fate.
the Hades like yeah, and my son's been enjoying a lot of that one recently.
I think the Wrath of the Mutants is just another one of those.
Was that an Apple Arcade or no?
No,
The
no, no.
Hades
It was
like was an
just
Apple Arcade one.
yeah, the Hades like yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, there's not much in there.
Sea of Thieves came to PS5.
Yeah. Whoop, Stellar Blade, which had some controversy.
Sandland, didn't that got a lot of like?
I don't even know
'cause
what that
that's
is.
It's from the creator of Dragon Ball. So the
Sandland.
artwork looks like Dragon Ball a little bit. It came out on the 26th. If you can hover over
Is
it. And
it
see
like based on
I think it's based.
an anime,
Yeah,
or
it's
is it
based on
just
his manga. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it definitely looks Dragon Ball-y.
yeah. I think it was a flash in the pan, kind of from Bandai Namco, but
Yeah, I didn't see anything really about that. All right, May, Endless Ocean, which I did play like
yeah, you played
3 hours of
decent.
it. I did enjoy taking pictures for like 3 hours.
You made stuff from the game your profile picture, I think, for a
Oh,
little
that's
bit.
true. Yeah, there were some weird looking fish. Yeah, I don't know. That I don't think I should have paid 50 or $60 for that game. That's like that's like a
And,
$20 eShop game right there.
did you buy it again as well? Have you bought it physical?
No, I don't think. No, I haven't. I probably should. That one might actually be rare down the
Yeah.
line. But yeah, no, I did not get that. But Animal Well came out in May.
I enjoyed playing that a little bit. I fell off. I didn't even get to the like false finish because I've heard like you beat the game and then the game like opens up more. Like there's more to do after you supposedly beat like the first boss, the big boss.
Yeah, I played a few hours of it. Then I got like confused, and I fell off of it. Haven't
Yeah,
gone back.
I feel like it would be hard to like jump right back into that because it is kind of
Yeah, because I'm
there
not
is
gonna
no
remember where I was.
there's no and yeah there's no like great map or anything like that. You're kind of just wandering around finishing these challenges as you're doing it.
There's not too much in May either. Hold on. Anything? There's Hellblade 2, which I mean I have Game Pass. I didn't play it. Apparently it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I didn't play it either.
Paper Mario. Paper Mario came out that in May. Thousand Year Door. I think they released too many Mario RPGs within the span of a year.
Yeah, because Super Mario RPG came out at like November, right?
It was
The
last
year before.
November. And then we got Thousand Year Door in May. And now we got Mario and Luigi in November. And I know they do play differently, but they all kind of have that same feel to them. They're all Mario RPGs. I fell off of Paper Mario in like the third chapter. I did like what I played, though.
I don't remember how far I'm. Yeah, I think of the three. Well, I beat Super Mario RPG. I enjoyed that one. But I feel like that was kind of a. It's a quick RPG if you want to get through it. Thousand Year Door, I enjoyed. The writing's pretty funny. I need to go back and finish that.
The Multiverses full release happened in May, or the re-release, whatever they called it. Forget what it was. It was out of beta. I played it. I was playing it on Steam Deck for a bit. That game, I had such high hopes for. It's just not. It's not.
You had put a lot into that before it got taken
I did,
down.
yeah. I played it a lot.
Did everything come back with that?
Yeah. So everything that you had in the beta, you had when it fully released. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think Nintendo just has like a secret sauce with these platform fighters. None of them really feel the same. There was a news article like a week ago or a couple weeks ago where it said Multiverses lost like $100 million. I'm surprised it's still up right now. I doubt it's going to last very long. But I had such high hopes. It doesn't feel good to play. I think they should have put it on Switch. If it was on Switch, it probably would have been fine. It would have made more money. Have you checked out Nine Souls? It's on Game Pass now.
I saw that this week when it came out. Like I need to add it to my queue on there. But yeah, because it's a side-scrolly Metroidvania kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Hollow Knight like, but more. I think somebody described it as Hollow Knight and Sekiro like put together, because there's a lot of countering and dodging and stuff like in Sekiro, but the exploration and everything else feels like Hollow Knight. I played a little bit of it. I mean, that's what it felt like to me too. I haven't got too much into it. All right, June. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Hunters came out.
Hunters came out. Like I mentioned at the top of the show. It was a nice surprise.
I guess Octopath Traveler 2 came to Xbox.
Yeah, I think they released it on. Yeah, those are just like re-releases. But I know there are some people in the community like Joey Pitts. He's a big Star Wars Hunters fan. Somebody said it was their game of the year. It might have been him. But I enjoy it for what it is. It's a nice, pick up, play a few matches, and then be done for the night. I was playing. There's a new mode. I haven't played it yet, but there's a new mode that's similar to SWAT and Halo.
Yep, I played 2 matches of it before we went live, and it was, it's fun. You're playing all as the same character with the bow. So yeah, it's fun. You definitely, if you land a headshot, it feels nice because it kills them instantly.
That is a mobile game. Like that has the mobile feel to it. There's a ton of different types of currency. There's a ton of different stuff in the shop. It's a free to play game, but it feels more like a mobile game free to play than like a Fortnite free to play type deal.
Yeah. Let's see. Chained Together. I didn't play it, but did you see people playing that online?
Is that the
when
one
that came
where
out.
they're chained together and
It's like it's only up or whatever, but it's two people and they're
I
yeah.
have seen people play it. It looks hilarious. I never played it though. I don't really play many games on PC.
Yeah. And
So
then your runner up to game of the year came out on June 21st.
Shadow of the Erdtree,
Shadow of the
yes.
Erdtree.
It's I put a lot of time into that when it first came out. I think I played like I got the Steam Deck this year, and the one game that I wanted to play on it was Elden Ring, and it works really well on it, so I wanted to get the DLC on the Steam Deck. So I
Yeah,
had to like
you were in a rush to
I
get
had to
the
rush to beat the. I think I got to the spot like the week of or the day of, and it is worth it. Like Shadow of the Erdtree is so good. It is so good. Elden Ring is just fantastic, and I'm
yeah.
hoping in the next couple days we see Bloodborne remastered. It's a rumor.
Okay. Well,
Then
Sony's also looking to buy
yeah,
the
that company. Yeah,
the parent company of all those.
yeah. There's I don't know. There's it feels like Nintendo Switch 2 rumors with this Bloodborne thing because people are trying to like piece things together. There was a 30th anniversary trailer for PlayStation that came out I think today, and it ended on Bloodborne, and then like the splash screen said like be persistent or something. So everybody's thinking that means we're gonna get a Bloodborne remastered. I would love to see a sequel, but I doubt it. Then my one of my least favorite games this year, Luigi's Mansion 2. The game's boring.
Yeah,
Boring.
I I got frustrated by some of the puzzles in there, and I'm like, it wasn't well designed. I feel like it's like it wants you to find random invisible stuff by just walking around blasting your flashlight or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's like that's not fun.
I didn't like how it kicks you out every mission.
Mhm.
Like you had to leave the mansion every mission. And then like there are collectibles, those gems, but you don't know what mission they're in.
Mhm.
So you have to if you miss one, like you have
Either
to go
play
back
with
to
the
a
guide
different
or
mission. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess the design was meant to be for more handheld play, like more mobile, where you could just do a mission and then be done for it. But I don't know. It's just slow. It's
I mean,
boring.
up to this point, June, like Switch hadn't had any
At
good games
Blatro,
really. Well, I mean, but
the first party,
Nintendo,
yeah, first party, yeah,
yeah. I mean, this was this was definitely just a phone it in year
yeah. It's a
for
holdover. It was
them.
a holdover.
Yeah, it's just
I know
bad
people are gonna be
remakes
like
and yeah. I mean, once we get to what was it, September, October,
September,
whenever
yeah,
Zelda came out, I mean that was good, but
yeah,
I mean it
September.
was also we'll get there when we talk
Yeah,
about
we're in
that game.
July. Oh, Nintendo World Championships came out in July, didn't it?
Did it? That felt like that was
I think it
close to it.
did. I think it did.
Nintendo
I
World
think it came
Championships,
out
July
in
18th. Yep, yep.
what a another disappointing like
Yeah, it was fun for a little bit, but it definitely filtered out. Like it just it didn't
not
hold
having
the.
leaderboards for a game like that is just I don't why like that doesn't make any sense. Not having leaderboards, maybe not global, but like friend leaderboards would have been good, where you couldn't even play against your friends in like the survivor mode.
Mhm.
I I don't know.
Well,
It felt
'cause
like
so like Josh and I played that at they had it on the floor at PAX, and day one that we went through because they put you through a gauntlet of you played Zelda, then you played Jamboree, and then you played uh, Nintendo World Championships, and then Hunters. And the first day we played, it was only like with four people. The second day that when we went up there, and Nintendo walked us up to the front of the line, so we didn't have to wait, which was nice. Um, we played with a group, and we played with 8 people on a giant like 75-inch television, and so your screen was like big enough; it didn't really feel like a hindrance. But it definitely it felt fun and really really good. And so yeah, it would be really nice to have these couch experiences like they've been able to reproduce with um Nintendo Switch Online. Like in the old games, they've made it so it's like it's the same as playing with somebody on the couch. They just need to apply that stuff to all their games and
Yeah,
make I'm hoping Switch 2 has better online stuff and better features.
I don't know why. I don't know why. It must have just been like a quick, oh, we need to get something out, or we need to get some type of game out, because it just seemed half baked. Like they're missing a lot of features that would make sense to have in a game like that. And it's just disappointing because I did enjoy, like, I enjoyed playing the game, like doing the challenges is fun, but even like the challenges, I feel like it's set up to be able to add more challenges, because when you play the say take Super Mario for example, it's mostly the first couple worlds or first couple levels, and then it just like jumps to the beat the whole game.
Yeah, they don't want you to play anything past 1-2. They want you to go immediately to 4-1 and then 4-2 and you jump ahead to 8-1 and then you
But there's so many opportunities to just add more challenges.
yep.
And even like they toted, I don't know how many challenges, like over 150 challenges, but a lot of them were just like get the mushroom, defeat this enemy.
There's a bunch of crappy Kirby ones. Or,
Yeah. And Kid Icarus, what a terrible game. And Ice Climbers, what a terrible game. Like, get those out of there. I think I got S ranks on all the Mario stuff.
It would have been fun, like if they could have found a way to get Tetris involved in that, or because like I think some Tetris challenges would have been fun, or find a way to get like Contra in there with I don't know. There's like a lot, but they stuck to only first party. And like the coolest part of that is that the fact that they have every single game listed that ever came out on the NES for you to list as your favorite. You can pick whatever to be your favorite game.
Yeah.
Every single game that came out is on that. So
the majority of those are not in that.
Yeah.
In the game. Yeah, it felt like a half-baked concept. Maybe they're going to be doing something with it later, but I doubt it. I think it was just more like a special anniversary edition game that, we got it now.
Yeah, it would be cool if they came up with a Super Nintendo World Championship.
Yeah. Or bring back the remix games. Like, I love the NES remix, and they had leaderboards, and they had challenges and stuff like that. So I love that. But enough of that. I don't want to complain about that. On July 17th, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate came out. That game is fantastic. If you like Hades, definitely check it out. It's just Hades with a turtle's skin on it.
Yep.
Have you played it? You played it. You said you've been, or your sons have been playing it?
Yep. And yeah, Williams beat it. I think you have to beat it 7 or 8 times, I think, to get to the final.
Yeah. It's similar to Hades, where you have to beat it multiple times.
Yeah, he's beaten it like 5 or 6 times, so he's getting close to the end. But yeah, he's gotten pretty proficient.
But
at
it
that.
has.
I think you can play that multiplayer online too.
Yeah,
right?
it has online co-op. It has couch co-op. They're also, I think, adding, if they haven't added more stuff, they're adding more stuff because it did so well that I think they're adding a bunch of there's a roadmap out there, and I'm excited. I worked with them to promote the game, and they paid me, even though like I would have done it for free.
Game too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Apple Arcade first, and then it came to Switch, and now I think it's on PC, or it's coming to PC, something. Same with Hunters. Hunters is coming to PC as well, so everything is moving over to PC. College football came back this year. That was exciting. I did buy it because I got into the hype, and it's a good game.
Did you take somebody and win the Heisman?
No.
Did you make yourself and win the Heisman?
I just I played like at Penn State, and their stadium was ridiculous in that game. That game is so
Oh
cool.
yeah,
The way that
they have Happy Valley has like the best like home field advantage in that game, right?
yeah,
It like
yeah,
shakes the screen of
it shakes the
people.
screen, and if you've ever played football games, like the receiver routes are all wonky.
Oh, they go squiggly.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I like that a lot about football, and I think it did really well. So I think we're going to be seeing more sports, more college football, and I hope they improve upon it. There wasn't a lot of content. There weren't a lot of modes. Like Madden has a ton of different modes, but that
Yeah.
was a. I'm glad it came back, and I hope we get more. Other than that, in July, not too much. Then in August, we should have some good stuff in August.
Oh, Pepper Grinder was Pepper Grinder only on Switch when it originally
I
came
think
out?
so.
It came
Yeah,
out
I
on
think it was
everything
a
else in
console
August?
exclusive. August. Oh, Valorant came to console. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, that was a big deal. That was their partnership with. So if you have Game Pass or whatever, you log in and you have all of the heroes unlocked.
Oh, really? Wow, that's actually pretty
Yeah.
good. Game
and
Pass?
it plays okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was out. I probably should have. I know they were talking about it for a while. I didn't realize it came out already. Oh man, there's not much in August. That
Cat Quest 3 and SteamWorld Heist 2.
oh, SteamWorld Heist, yeah. Like these indie games.
I have
flash in the
most of the
pan.
SteamWorld games. I did not pick up Heist 2 yet. That's the pirate one on the seas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's two pirate games because Cat Quest 3 was a pirate game too, wasn't it? On like the seas.
Yeah, it's pirate war. It's pirate year, I guess.
No,
Oh,
they're
and
making
Star
up-
Wars
they're making up
Outlaws.
they're making up for Skull and Bones being really bad.
Oh, wait, hold on. I found Peglin. Peglin's so fun. It's
Yep, I
Peglin's
have
a
that
great
one.
game.
It's kind of it's you got to really read and kind of understand what you're doing because otherwise it doesn't make a ton of sense. You got to
Yeah, I still don't know what some of the power ups do, but Peglin, if you're looking for like a roguelike that you could pretty much clear a run pretty like immediately, Peglin is and it's satisfying.
And that was one that just dropped out of the
I think it was an indie
out of a
direct.
direct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was day and date drop kind of deal.
Peglin's really good. Same with Pizza Tower came out, I think that same day on Nintendo Switch. Oh, Anton Blast should be this month.
No, I thought it was next year. Is it this year?
I think it's this month. I think it's in December.
It was. They were showing it off at PAX this September.
But Pizza Tower, if you're a fan of the Wario Land games, like it takes a lot of inspiration from Wario Land. I know a lot of people love it. Everybody loves it.
Pico Park 2 came out as well.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
That's a fun one. Like I think the four of us should get Pico Park because you can play it online, and we could have fun with that on in a crazy Discord, yelling at each other in Discord.
Emio. Did you pick up Emio?
No. I thought about buying it physical and just not opening it, but
That's what I did. Well, I bought it both. I bought it twice. I got to stop double
did you play
dipping.
it? Did you
I
play
did not
it?
play it. I did not play it.
Josh
You gotta
has been
stop-
Nintendo sent it to Josh. I know he was playing.
Yeah,
He's been playing it on stream.
I haven't played it. I don't know. It's definitely not my type of game. I don't know why I got it twice. I should have just got it once, and like my physical copy is sealed. Like another one where it's just not.
Oh, hey, Vampire Survivors came out to PS4 and PS5.
Yeah, that was in August. Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, you'll have to talk about that. I want to play it. I think it was on sale a little bit this week.
Yeah,
but,
so I actually enjoyed. I did get it for free, so I don't know if that's gonna be
hashtag
negate
partnership.
my opinion, but
hashtag Ubisoft. What
shill.
is it?
Oh yeah,
No. What's
Ubisoft
what's
creator, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they did give it to me for free. I did enjoy what I played of it. There were issues with it, like the forced stealth was not fun. I did not like.
Which they just patched.
Which they patched
2
out
weeks ago.
Yeah, so they patched out the forced stealth, which is huge because there were a lot of missions. It was weird because like when you play a game, say like Assassin's Creed, you could do stealth or you could go in guns blazing, and there were some missions like that in Star Wars Outlaws, but then there were also missions where you couldn't get caught like at all, and those ones sucked. But I love Star Wars. I love the aesthetic of the world that they built in Outlaws. And I'm excited. There's I don't know if it came out or if it's coming out. There's a DLC for Hondo Inako, who is one of my favorite characters from the animated shows. I'm excited. We went to Disney. Yeah, we went to Disney a couple years ago, and there's
Honda's
Smuggler's
just there,
Run.
just chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, so we went there, and we thought it was just like a made up character because we didn't watch any of the animated shows before going. So we thought it was just like a original character that Disney made up. But no, it was, it's Hondo. Now he's one of my favorite characters, and
Hondo Anaka.
so if you could probably get it really cheap right now, or I don't know how cheap, but probably at least half off.
Yeah, they had a discount on like the $100 edition or whatever.
It's
I'll have to look around.
it's
Did
not
you
as
end up
bad.
getting it on Xbox or PlayStation?
And on PlayStation, it's not as bad as people want you to believe.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I enjoyed my time. What I played of it.
Do you have PlayStation, one of the pluses or whatever?
Oh my god, I got suckered.
What do you have? Oh,
I have I have the premium plus or whatever.
Did you upgrade?
Yeah,
'Cause
so
now
I
you can actually like cloud stream stuff or whatever.
yeah, so I have the premium. It's like $160 a year. It's like heart attack money right there. But it allows you to stream games on your portal, PlayStation Portal, which I did. I played.
Which just came out like last week, right?
Yeah, I actually enjoy playing the cloud gaming over the remote play on the portal.
That's what I've heard. It's better. Yeah.
I felt it was more smooth. The problem with the cloud gaming, there's not there's like 100 games or something in the library, but a lot of them are just kind of like shovelware. So it's hard to.
Or it's like classic PlayStation
Yeah,
titles that nobody wants to play anymore.
There's not like new games on there. Like Astrobot isn't on there or anything.
But I asked that because I guess I played this a little bit. I didn't play a ton of it, but Harry Potter Quidditch Champions came out. That was free in.
Oh, was it? I
PlayStation.
didn't play it.
Are you not religious about claiming your free stuff?
No, I don't support that person anymore.
They pretty much just like updated Quidditch a little bit to make it like actually playable in
I thought that was
like
free
a
to play
video
anyway.
game form.
It's not free to play?
I don't think so. Maybe it is. Maybe I was duped and it was just this is a free
No,
game.
I don't know. I honestly I don't know. I think it is on
game.
the Switch as well. I
Yeah,
thought
I
it
think
was free to play.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
came
no,
out on
yeah,
everything.
it's on everything. Okay, let's see.
No, it's actually not on Switch. Windows, PS4, PS5,
I see.
Xbox.
Unless it
X and
came
S.
later. I don't know. I thought I saw it on Switch. Maybe I'm wrong.
But yeah, I played that a little bit. I mean, so
So is it just
that was a fun
Quidditch?
one.
Like, is it just?
It's just
playing
Quidditch. It starts off like in the Weasleys' like garden, and then you advance to playing at Hogwarts, and then eventually you can play for like a professional Quidditch team and go to the World Cup or whatever.
Okay.
But I haven't advanced it too far, but it was a fun little bit, and it has some online stuff, so you can play against other people, and
September was good. I think September had some
Yeah.
good stuff.
because
We had
the game that probably is maybe actually going to win Game of the Year came out, Astrobot.
You think it's gonna? I don't know if it's gonna win.
I
don't know.
I
You're probably
think
right
that's
though.
the
I don't know
most-
what else would
it's
beat
the most
it.
approachable game for everybody,
Yeah.
I think, to have played.
It's also now I think it's the highest rated game of the year. I think it officially surpassed something.
Erdtree.
Erdtree or maybe Final Fantasy. Forget what it was, but it's the highest rated game of the year now.
Yeah,
I
Astrobot-
enjoyed it. Like I
Astrobot
liked it
came
a
out on-
lot. I got
Was that
the
September 6th?
I got the platinum in it. I thought it was fun to play through. I know they updated it. I haven't gone back and played the updated stuff yet.
thinking back, like Astrobot was like barely at like PlayStation had like this Astrobot kiosk set up with like 4 spots at PAX, but they weren't like actually in PAX. They were in like kind of the in between spaces between the two halls. But the game came out like 2 days after PAX, and they were weird about it, like recording
About
anything
showing stuff.
with it. Yeah,
That's
like
interesting.
it was really weird.
We went
but-
out. So when we were out at Sony headquarters, they had a bunch of Astrobot stuff like in the lobbies and stuff. I wish this game would sell more. Like I think it only sold 1.5 million copies.
1.5, yeah.
And when you compare, like I know this Switch and PS5 are different audiences, but when you compare it to like Super Mario Odyssey, which sold like 30 million copies, if they would have put that on the Switch, it probably would have sold a ton, like at least 5 million.
Yeah.
But 1.5 million it's disappointing. I'm hoping more people bought it now that it got nominated for Game of the Year. So that's a big, like spotlighting these games like Astrobot and Balatro helps those games.
Oh, for sure.
Because more people will check them out. Now, the other game that a lot of people thought should have been nominated was Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Did you play
Did you
that?
pick this up?
I did not.
I want
It looks
to.
cool. It looks really cool.
It looks really
It looks like-
cool. And I mean, yeah, and it's definitely a Gears like. I mean, with like the play style of it, with like big hordes of enemies coming at you, and I think it maybe even has like an active reload system. I don't know. I know it's got like a chainsaw.
It does have
type
like a chainsaw thing.
melee weapon to go kind of take crowd control. I want to play it. I think it lived kind of in the streamer world for a month or so when it came out.
Yeah, that game looks really cool. I did see it on sale like this past weekend, but it was still $50. I'll wait a little bit. But yeah, that one looks good. It looks like gritty and it looks like Gears of War, and I love Gears of War, so I'll check it out eventually.
Another thing, this is Windows, but I've heard a lot about Satisfactory, and like
I don't even know what that is.
It's this, you set up like a factory, you automate a bunch of stuff to like
So it's like work.
build a world pretty much. And if something gets offline in your like assembly line, you have to like try to figure out how to do it. I've heard different things about it. So it seems like it's an interesting game, but it's one of those games like, you know, that take over your life and you think about it when you're not playing it. I've heard that that's kind of what that game is. You think about ways to try
what are you
to
trying to figure out?
your...
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. If it works on Steam Deck, maybe I'll check it out. Actually, when it says Windows, that just means PC, right?
That just means PC. Yeah. So it's either on Steam, GOG, or Epic usually.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection came out.
That was that's a good one.
Fantastic.
It plays really good.
On Switch too. Like it even works well on Switch, so.
Yep.
This is weird. It came out on PC, Switch, and PS4. It didn't come to Xbox.
I think that's mainly to the difficulty it takes to. Oh, it didn't come out on PS. I guess PS4 is.
Well,
PS5.
it's like backwards compatible or whatever.
Yeah, but to publish on Xbox, they have a higher threshold that you have to hit. So they would have had to maybe be digital only. But that was also a weird game where it came out digital in September, but then physical at the end of November. You and I both
it just came out
it.
a couple weeks ago, I think, physically.
But Xbox has weird criteria to like. That's why you don't see on Limited Run, Xbox doesn't get games published from Limited Run.
Okay.
There's a threshold. It's a weird threshold. I think that you have to pay to be able to get kind of a disc manufactured for physical.
I did not know
for
that.
Xbox at least.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I think if you like fighting it, if you like those fighting games, and if you like Marvel,
if you
it's
ever
just good to
played-
get
yeah.
Marvel versus Capcom 2. Like that's all you need it for.
And that's why you and I both bought it physically, is because that
Yeah,
game disappeared for a while
it's
and it
gonna be
was
that.
impossible to
I'm
get.
keeping that sealed. Like I'm not opening that
Hmm.
because I think it's gonna
Yep.
be worth a pretty penny. But I do have the digital version as well because I like Marvel. I like those games. I think they're fun to play.
I wanted to play it as soon as I played it, because I played it on the floor at PAX, and I played it when we were behind closed. Nintendo had like a kiosk of it behind closed doors when we got to preview Jamboree, and we played it, like we played the Switch version of it behind doors with and they also had it set up, I think, with PlayStation and Switch on the floor at PAX. Like Capcom was confident in it, so.
Yeah, well, I think for a game like that, the Switch is probably their lead console. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not for the competitive
Potentially.
side, but
I don't know.
I think a lot of people would buy that on Nintendo platforms over anything else. But maybe I'm wrong on that one. Anyway, Plucky Squire.
Epic Mickey came out as
Oh,
well.
did that
Yeah,
come
Plucky
out?
Squire.
Plucky Squire.
I think I'm further down than you, but yeah.
Yeah, Plucky Squire came out. It doesn't run that well on Nintendo Switch. I think it's an okay game. I think it got hyped up too much. Like a lot of people were hyping that game up way too much, and it came out and it was just okay. Like it's not knock your socks off, but it is like a 2D Zelda essentially.
Hmm. This is one I hope comes to Switch. Right now it's only on. I don't know if it's only Steam, but UFO 50. Have you heard about this?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I heard of that. That's like it's a bunch of games like put together, right?
It's a fictitious publishing or game developer that put out like a Atari 50 style, like Atari's history collection, like they did, and it kind of goes chronologically, quote unquote, through the games that this fictitious company made. And they're just full on. There's like an RPG, like a full on RPG, just in this game. And then there's other like basic platformers and stuff. And it definitely, they made the original games kind of crappy and rudimentary, and then expand on it as it goes through. And it's something I think I have wish listed on Steam, and I want to try it out. But I do hope it maybe finds its way to come to Switch and other platforms.
I know when people were talking about the nominees for Game of the Year, typically you get like an indie game, and I know UFO 50 was. A lot of people were thinking that UFO 50 was going to get nominated for Game of the Year because how good it is, and I've heard of this game. I know what it is. I haven't checked it out yet because it's only on PC, but maybe I'll check it out on Steam Deck if it works.
Maybe this is why I did not know Balatro was on iOS, is because it didn't come out until September.
Yeah, until later. Yeah.
What is it? September 26th? Yeah, I didn't realize that it would come out.
Yeah, it's on Apple. I don't know if you have Apple Arcade, but it's on Apple Arcade.
I have my new iPhone 16. I can activate it for a couple months, so I probably will. But
I mean, you already have it on Switch, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think there's other stuff on iOS that on. I would like to maybe have something, because you have to have an Apple. You can't play Apple Arcade through like a Fire Stick or anything, can you? It has to be through.
I don't know. I've never tried that.
Because I think that would be fun to be able to play. I think I could just take my iPad probably and plug it in HDMI, whatever,
just play it on like
TV.
a TV.
Yeah, or just I have an iPad now, so it's a little bit easier to do that.
When did Zelda come out?
Was it early October or was it?
No, it was September. Oh, it was 26th. It was the 26th.
Oh, there it is, 26th. Yeah, same thing was.
Do you think it got shafted for Game of the Year?
For game of the year, no. I think it was fun and it was creative. I think this was something I put in our private chat with Cheesy and Josh. Like, I had always been like, Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild were great masterpiece games, but not great Zelda games. And after like going back to like the tried and quote unquote tried and true Zelda kind of formula, granted this was a little bit different because you could just bed your way around like different puzzles and stuff by just stacking beds. It felt I wasn't inspired to go explore, even though there was like a few side quest stuff to go do. It wasn't as organic and inspiring to like come across like a random Goron doing the challenge to see how far you could make a cart roll or whatever. Like just some of the random stuff you came across in like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Like it no one had the same kind of experience, whereas like with this, you either went up north or you went down south to start, and then you went to one of the other two. Like it was all more scripted with where you were going.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I'm glad that it's a different experience than what we got from Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. I'm hoping that they continue having these games in tandem. Like I don't want them to only focus on 2D or only focus on games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I do think it is a little bit clunkier than I was hoping. Like that scroll wheel was annoying, but I thought the dungeons were fun. I thought the puzzle solving was cool because you could solve it in multiple ways. Excuse me. But
yeah, I had fun with it, but like after I got done with it, it was like, like I could go back through and play the hard mode or whatever, but I'm just not super inspired to go do that.
I mute it when I coughed, so well, at least that time. So sorry, you got the brunt of it, but hopefully the listeners didn't. But yeah, it was just okay. I think with everything that Nintendo released this year was just like it was okay. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't anything special.
We're getting down to it. I think Jamboree was a good iteration of Mario Party.
Yes.
I had a lot of fun with it. Even solo playing a full on game online, like I had fun doing that.
Yeah, the new modes that they added to Jamboree, like I thought they were
Again,
fun.
Could have been implemented better.
Yeah, they could have been implemented better. I agree. Like you can't. I mean, who has 20 friends that you can play with unless you're
but the fact that like you can't, like, Josh really wanted to have it be just a lobby that people would be able to join, and you can't.
Yeah,
you can log online and do against randoms, but you weren't. Was it you that was saying? Do you think you're really playing against people, or is it bots?
So I think the way it works is if you're in a friend lobby, so if you're playing with other friends, so say you're
the other
12 are AI, or they're not real people, which kind of sucks. But so you can't play with like 20 friends that you set up your own room. Yeah, which I know it's not like it's not a problem that everybody has, but I don't understand why they couldn't have like a lobby.
Yeah, if it works online, why you can't do it with just people you know?
Yeah, which is why like the way that they did the Mario Kart tournaments like works so well, but they just haven't been able to do things like that. Like Mario Kart tournament, you could have as many people in that tournament as you want, but for all these other games, it's like there's some like asterisks, like you can only.
didn't they do that really well with Arms too? Like, didn't they
Yeah,
have?
Arms had
they
a
just
really good.
party mode where it
Yeah.
like shuffled people around and you did different stuff and
Yeah,
yeah.
Arms had a really good like party system because you could have, I don't know how many people you could have in a lobby, but then like two people are fighting each other, and then there's other people playing a different match. Like that was a really good setup. I don't know why they did away with that. I'm hoping Switch 2 they kind of address these issues, because I do think that this year for Nintendo was like one last year. Like, this is it. Like, we're phoning it in. You'll get some games, but it's not going to be anything. Not going to be anything special. But yeah,
at the end of September we got Starfield's DLC or whatever.
oh yeah, I didn't play that.
No.
I didn't realize it even came out. Rip Starfield.
October we got Goat Simulator with a SpongeBob theme with
Oh yeah, the
SpongeBob,
Patrick Star.
Patrick
game.
Star game.
I didn't play that either.
I didn't either. Silent Hill 2. Did you download that one?
I did not. I'm not a huge spooky gamer. Like,
me either. I heard it was good though. I mean, for them kind of rebooting.
I do like Resident
Silent
Evil,
Hill.
and I know Resident Evil and Silent Hill were always like in tandem for the survival horror stuff. So I might check it out.
That's your, Deep Impact Armageddon type, Dante's Peak, Volcano.
What do you mean?
There was always two, like back in the early 90s, early 2000s, like Dante's Peak and Volcano came out like
Okay.
right next to each other, and then there was what was my other simile there? I forget, but Deep Impact and Armageddon, like there was an asteroid coming towards the Earth, and we had to destroy it.
Yeah, I mean, I always felt like Silent Hill and Resident Evil were like right next to each other. So maybe I'll check them out. Also, fun fact, I probably said this before, but I grew up like 20 minutes away from the town that it's based off of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like
is it
it's
foggy there all the time?
I had never gone to it. It's like an old mining town. There's fires always like underneath. I think it is a tourist. I think you can go to it. I never went there. But I would go. I went to college like 45 minutes from where I grew up, and I would always drive past this this town, and I would always be like, that's what Silent Hill's based off of. Which is kind of weird that it's based off of a town in Pennsylvania. It's made by a Japanese company. Yeah. But yeah, I do want to check that out.
Getting into October, I mean, we already talked about Jamboree a little bit.
Metaphor. I don't know if you. Oh, I guess the big game that everybody was talking about was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Like, that was huge for like a week or a week and a half.
Is that kind of just like the new iteration of Dragon Ball Fighters, pretty much?
It's a little bit different. So Fighters is similar to like Marvel vs. Capcom.
2D. Is this
yeah, it was 3D? A 2D fighter. This is a 3D. I don't know if you ever played the old Budokai games, the Dragon Ball Budokai. Or it's like an arena.
Okay.
As opposed to the 2D.
Kind of like was Tekken? Tekken is on a 3D plane, right?
Yeah, Tekken, but it's not. It's not as enclosed as
like
that. Yeah, it's not as enclosed as Tekken.
Well, yeah, because Dragon Ball, you're flying around up in the air and all sorts of crazy stuff.
But people like really latch onto that game. I bought it. I never loaded it up, but I did buy it. I need to check it out. I was a fan of Budokai. I was never a huge like Dragon Ball. Like, I would watch the anime here and there, and I liked the characters. Like, I always thought the fusion was cool, so I think one of the fusion characters is in Sparking Zero. But that's another game that might be included if Sony buys that company.
Yeah. Was that game nominated for Fighting Game of the Year?
I think so.
Okay. And then ReFantazio, like, I've heard good things about it. I've never gotten big into the Persona stuff, so I mean, it's the same esque, same
It's the same. It's the people that made
gameplay
Persona
kind of.
5.
Yeah, it's from Atlas, and yeah.
The I played probably like 10 hours of it. I did enjoy what I played of it. The problem that I have with Persona and a lot of maybe it's just Persona, but a lot of the anime games, the characters are in high school in those games, and
Hmm.
it's always weird to me to play like a character in high school. But Metaphor, it's more of a fantasy setting, so your character's not. I might be maybe I'm wrong. They might be young. I can't tell, but it's I do like the battle system. It does feel like Persona, battle wise. I want to get back into it. I've been getting back into RPGs. They're like kind of soothing. They just you can just turn your brain off and play them. But yeah, Metaphor that's nominated for Game of the Year too.
Yep. Later on in the month, we got Black Ops 6. We
Yes,
got Sonic Shadow Generations and Yeast 10 Nordics. I downloaded the demo for Nordics. I started playing that a little bit. I have Sonic X Shadow Generations. I've been playing that a little bit. And then Black Ops, I've been enjoying the multiplayer and slowly making my way through the campaign. Maybe I'll sit down here before the end of the year and kind of just grind out the rest of the campaign because I usually enjoy the campaign has been, I think, better than it has been in the last couple of years. So
I think
it's nice that it's just part of Game Pass and it's just there.
yeah, I think this is the most fun I've had with a Call of Duty in a long time. I play mainly multiplayer, and I play Team Deathmatch and Nuketown 24/7. That's what I do. But I prestiged. I haven't prestiged in a Call of Duty in a long time.
You're playing a lot more
Uh,
than I have. I'm only like 38, I think. So
I
I'm getting
bought I,
closer, but
I bought the shark skin because I think that's hilarious. But yeah, I think I've been having a lot of fun with it, and yeah, being on Game Pass was like worth it. I think Game Pass for that is worth it, and then just some of these other games. Like I'm glad I'm just gonna be able to play Indiana Jones without
yep.
paying it extra.
Did you pick up Sonic X Shadows?
I did, and I'm not a huge Sonic fan. I think a lot of people know that, but I have been enjoying what I played of that game.
Generations like is what I remember seeing because that was a GameCube game, yeah.
No, it was 360. I think it was
Oh, was it?
360 and
Okay.
PS3. Yeah, generate. So that
But
so there's
that's
two
the
games.
fun one where you're running behind Sonic, like the camera is behind him, which
Yeah,
I feel like is
Generations.
more digestible than when you're just trying to keep up with the side scrolling.
Yeah, Sonic Generations was like highly regarded back when it came out on 360. That part of it's good, but I've been playing the Shadow version. I've been playing the Shadow levels, and the Shadow levels are cool. Shadow is a cool character, always has been, and
We're gonna get Keanu Reeves
yeah, Keanu Reeves.
voice back here pretty soon.
He has a gun. Have you seen that? That was trending when they had
Oh
the most recent trailer. It was he has a gun.
yeah, but they're gonna add his voice pack into the game here pretty
Oh,
soon.
really? That's cool,
Yeah.
actually. There's a lot of stuff that came
Um,
out in October, but not a ton of things that I really cared about.
yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn remastered. Did you get it? Did you pay $10 to upgrade?
No, but I mean, I've done that for a few different. I did that for Ghost of Tsushima. I did it for uh um Death Stranding. I did it for a handful of games that I haven't played. So it's like,
Yeah,
maybe I will.
I did that for like
Um,
Last of Us 2 remastered, and I think probably Ghost of Tsushima. I might have even paid the $10 for this. I don't remember. I might have just like saw it and be like, oh yeah, I'll just pay $10.
did you download Metal Slug Tactics in November when it came
I
out?
did
It's on Game
not.
Pass.
It is on
I
Game
mean,
Pass.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. So I mean, it's on Switch as well, but it's free to try out on Game Pass. It's got kind of the charm of Metal Slug with like um the bouncing kind of animation that they have while they're just standing still. But it's kind of Into the Breach meets um Mario Mario Rabbids a little bit, where it's like you're moving around the field, and there can be team ups with your other characters that are on the field. I've played just a little bit of it, but it's interesting, and it's kind of a fun just like little bit with Metal Slug.
I might pick it. I might just download it on Game Pass. I need to get better with downloading games on Game Pass and not buying them on Switch and just never playing them.
Yeah, I'm anymore. Like if something comes out, I try to either Google it or just go onto Game Pass and see if it's there before I pull the trigger on Switch.
Oh, see, here's why I was thinking that Splinter of Fate came to PC, because it did in November. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came to PC. Check it out.
Death Stranding Director's Cut came to Xbox X and S.
I think it's on Game Pass too. I might be wrong.
So it was on PC Game Pass for a while. It's been there for a while, but now it's on.
I think I technically own that like 4 times, because I have the PlayStation Premium. If it's on Game Pass, I have it. Yeah, I don't know. The game never
I have it
looked
on. I have it on PlayStation, and I have it on. I guess I can play it on PC with Game Pass, and now I can play it on Xbox with Game Pass. So, Brothership. Yeah, I think you and I brother what?
Brothership. Yeah. No. I like it. I think it's a good game. It's not a 5 out of 10. That guy's wrong.
I thought you said brother.
Oh. No. I think it's a good game. I don't know. 5 out of 10 is like, when I hear 5 out of 10, I think like unplayable. Like awful.
I mean, at certain points, like Luigi just solving stuff is kind of frustrating, and it feels like you're watching somebody play the game for you. I'm through. Who knows? I feel like the game is bigger than it probably needs to be.
It's like a 40-hour game, I think.
I was to say I'm only into like the first like 3 or 4 islands that you can discover, and it's kind of like I need to go back to it, but it's like it's less intriguing than a 20-year-old game from GameCube that I would rather.
I don't know. I disagree. I think it's better. I think it's more. I like the battle system of Brothership. I don't know if maybe you haven't gotten into some of the stuff that I've had.
The battle is fun. Where you like the hammer, you charge it up and then you hit, and then Luigi hits Mario to hit harder. And
have you gotten to brother moves yet?
Like I saw there was one where like Luigi saw I did a fight, the boss fight with like the golem thing or whatever.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I ended. So like,
Luigi
saw something.
Well, that's different. That's a different thing. That happens on every boss fight. Like, there's a thing that Luigi does to like knock the boss like unconscious for a turn or two. But no, there's these things called brother moves. It's not a spoiler because they showed it in trailers. But the first one you get is like like you hit them with a shell, like green shell or a red shell. Mm-hmm. I think the brother moves are good. I got to a point where I have 2 brother moves, and I think the one is really cool.
I think I just unlocked a brother move then, because I think I've seen a shell as an option in my
yeah, and then I think it gets better as it goes along. It definitely, I'm not binging it. Like, I'm not playing hours and hours at a time. I'm playing like maybe an hour here and there. I do like an island probably takes like an hour. So I do like an island, and then I take a break. But I've been enjoying what I'm playing. I think the boss fights are good. The animation's really good. The writing is not good. Like, it's not funny. I thought these games are supposed to be funny. It's not funny.
And it's a little too chatty.
Yeah.
It's a little too many screens to filter through.
But it's better than I was expecting. I don't think it's a 5. I would say maybe 7 or an 8. but not
Yeah,
a
which is
5.
what Metacritic kind of landed on.
Yeah, I think it's like an 880. But that
You were right about Harry Potter Quidditch.
yeah,
That
it's on
did come to
Switch.
Switch.
I thought I remember seeing that come there. Farming
Tetris Forever.
Simulator.
This is one I want to get. I have not gotten it yet.
I've not gotten it either.
You?
No, and I just saw that Tetris.
It's from Digital Clips.
I saw the Game Boy Tetris came to NSO just like today.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I know they had teased that in that direct, but
I do want to. But like, how many times do I need Tetris?
But that's, I mean, I'm excited because they're supposed to be doing classic Tetris too, like NES. Game Boy, I guess, is where it came out first, I think, before it came to NES.
Yeah,
because it was a pack-in game.
Yeah, no, I think it did. You should have you watched the Tetris movie on Apple?
I have. Yep.
Definitely not like how it happened, but I enjoyed that movie. There were a couple big. Well, there was one big one for sure. Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake on the 14th. Did you pick that one up?
I picked it up. I've barely started it, but I am excited to like play through that.
Yeah, I haven't started that one yet. I'm hoping I could get through. I'm trying to get through Brothership before I like pick up another RPG. That's not my rotation right now is Brothership, Call of Duty, and most Star Wars Hunters, and like Balatro. So I don't want to pick up like another RPG until I'm done. But I do have it. It looks really good. Like I think the graphics make it look really good.
Yeah.
Then,
Lego Horizon Adventures.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think it flopped. I think it flopped.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
we don't know. We don't know for sure. But I think it flopped.
Sales wise, I'm sure it did. Yeah, I mean,
he's on Steam.
It's taking. Is that game rated teen or mature?
I think it's
like
E.
the original Horizons.
I think it's teen. I don't know.
I mean, it's just taking a more adult game and trying to make it appealing to kids. The one Lego set that we've had has been an adult, quote unquote, 18 plus Lego set. They are coming out with Lego Horizon Adventures themed sets later on next year, which I think is great that we're getting more Horizon sets, because I think the world lends itself well to Lego designs, because the tall neck is really cool, and there's just dinosaur robots that they could build out of Lego, which I think would be really cool. You said the writing, you and Josh had nothing but positive things to say about the writing and kind of how it looked. You both played it on PlayStation versus Switch. I think it would probably chug on Switch.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's a tough switch. I mean, Lego Star Wars is already like a thing, and people kind of know what they're getting with that. The Lego games just become kind of collectathons and can kind of be a lot. But I mean,
yeah. So I mean, the Steam charts, like that's what people are going off of. It had less players than like Concord did. I would even mention Concord. We forgot that even came out. Or whatever.
Is
it's
that
dead.
Did we even see that on the list? I don't even know.
Yeah, I wonder if they took it off the list. But
let me search for it. Hold on.
Apparently, it had less concurrent players.
Yep. August 23rd.
Yeah,
came and went,
and then died in September 1st or whatever. But yeah, Lego Horizon Adventures apparently had less players on Steam than Concord did. Now, I really don't think that Steam is the place where this game would do well. I mean, no. PlayStation for sure, and then even like Switch, it's a Lego game, so maybe people checked it out. I'll be really interested to see if we do get sales numbers for this. Like if we see it, I enjoyed what I played of it. Like I played the opening cutscene, the opening like 2 missions 4 or 5 times because I made a couple of videos for it. But it was good. Like it's a beautiful game, and it's probably the best looking Lego game. The writing I thought was pretty funny. It felt like playing a Lego movie, but yeah, maybe the IP wasn't as strong as they were hoping for. And yeah, you're probably right. If they're trying to convert like a more mature audience to like a kid game, it might not be working. But I think PlayStation, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Horizon like the Mario of PlayStation.
Yeah,
Like they're trying to have that
it's
IP
probably the
be
most
like
approachable
everything.
character, I guess. I mean, have they given up on Sackboy?
Well, I would think that Astrobot would be. So if,
More
if they're
so,
going if
yeah.
they're gonna have a mascot, it's gonna be Astrobot, right? But the IP that they're really pushing right now, that they're pushing so hard, is Horizon.
Yeah.
And I think the games do sell well. Like I think Forbidden West and
Well,
Zero
I
Dawn sold really well. It's
I
just
think they see an opportunity that Nintendo has taken with Lego and with the sets that they've been able to create.
yeah.
If they can get some more kind of traction with that, that's just another arm that Sony can have kind of
And I think the tall neck
spreading their
probably
word.
sold pretty well, right? The Lego tall neck probably sold pretty
So
well.
it came out on May 1st, so everyone was there for I was there for Star Wars stuff, and I think I was close enough in the front of the line that it was still available, and I was thinking like it's a cool set. I enjoyed what I played of the game. Like it's a unique kind of really cool set, and that was an impulse just at the counter. I bought it, but the fact that that set came out on a Star Wars Lego kind of launch day and still did pretty well, I think, and it's I mean it's gonna lead to more stuff. I think that speaks well to it.
I mean, full disclosure, I got paid by Sony multiple times to promote this game. I'm not a critic. I don't really ever want to be a critic. I had fun playing the game. But to yeah, apparently the game's only like 6 hours long, so it's super short.
Hmm. So it's
To
not as much of a collectathon then as what
No, like a lot of the things that I
normally.
was watching about it was like why didn't work, or like why didn't work versus Star Wars. Star Wars is a gigantic IP. Of
9
course, it's gonna
movies.
sell
I
well.
mean,
Yeah, they have the 9 movies. They also have the nostalgia factor. Maybe if this didn't sell well, they'll probably give up on it. Like they're probably not gonna do another one or do content. But they really like, one time they should do it more than once. I don't know. I think these companies have the sources to be able to flop like once or twice.
they're all gun shy about it though, because they gotta go lick their wounds back
I mean, I doubt this
at the
game costs that
at
much
the
to make.
investors
Yeah.
meetings.
I'm a Lego Horizon
Um,
Adventures stan. I did buy it on Switch because I wanted to have a PlayStation game on Nintendo Switch, even though I have
yeah.
MLB The Show as well. But
Oh,
I
that
just
came
like
out
seeing
this year
that.
too. We didn't talk about
Yeah, I
that.
mean that comes out every year.
Flight Simulator. I mean that's I didn't play it, but I tried out the first one or whatever. But
Isn't it like
it's a lot to get into
200
that.
gigs or something? It's like a
Probably.
huge game.
Stray came out to Switch. I'm still waiting for that one just to be made free on PlayStation Plus, so I
I think
can
it.
try it out.
I think it's on the premium one. There you go.
It's
Just
on
pay
the yeah.
$160 a
Yeah, I'm
year.
not doing it. How is this not on Xbox already? The October or November 20th, Genshin Impact came to Xbox X and S.
How is it not on Switch? How is it
Isn't
not
that
on
supposed
Switch?
to come to Switch?
It was
It's
supposed to. I
come to
think they
Switch.
canceled the. I think they canceled it. But I mean, that took a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild. So,
Oh, for sure.
did you play Stalker?
I've downloaded it. I tried it. I mean, I play Tarkov. I haven't been that much into Tarkov, so I mean, a hardcore survival kind of game in that area of the world. But it's definitely kind of a lot to take in on console. My PC is a little too dated, I think, to handle it on PC.
Well, apparently
But
it's just it
I
doesn't.
might give it another try.
Apparently, it's not in a good state right now. Like it's very
Yeah,
buggy.
it probably needs a few just quality of life.
I was talking to
patches.
my brother-in-law's brother-in-law. I don't even know, like at Thanksgiving. I talk to him once a year or like twice a year at Thanksgiving and
Mhm.
Easter, and we always just talk about games and what we've been playing. And he said that he was playing Stalker 2, and I'm like, oh, I heard that it's kind of broken right now. He's like, yeah, it's not terrible. I put like 10 hours into it so far. He's like, it's kind of impressive that they even were able to get this game out because they're over in Ukraine.
Mhm.
So they were developing this game during
And
the war.
I think it's on YouTube. There's like a whole documentary kind of about how they
Oh,
were
really?
doing it.
That's
I
like
want to sit down and watch that.
the game looks good. Like it looked really good from all the
Hmm.
previews that I've seen. I just heard that it was a little broken, so I was gonna wait until it got patched a bit. But I will check it out. I downloaded it because it's free on Game Pass. Again, Game Pass, goat it. Other than that, I
Yep.
think that's pretty much everything that has come out notably this year. There's
We
apparently a
blew
game
we
called Rent a Girlfriend: The Horizon and the Girl in the Swimsuit that is on Nintendo Switch. So it's a visual novel if you are looking for that type of thing. But they also have, I think this is December
th-
stuff.
th- yeah, there's just some. I mean, we blew through not talking about Pokemon trading card game.
Oh
Pocket like
yeah! Oh man, another
that.
one of
I
my
mean,
favorites
that's the
this
top
year.
game for this year for me. And I mean, they're doing. I think they're doing well with what for? Would they have like
Apparently they,
was it
they made over
12
120
million
million
and
dollars.
120? Okay, yeah, a lot of money.
And that was like a couple weeks ago. That's a lot. Like you're looking
Uh,
at if that's less than a month, you're looking at over $1 billion for the year.
yeah, I mean, and we talked
All
a
because of
little bit
me.
about stuff coming out here in December. I feel like with we have Indiana Jones, and then we also have Rivals coming out on the 6th. So,
Oh yeah, Anton Blast came out on PC.
or Indiana Jones is the 9th, I guess, that Tuesday. You can play it early if you buy it early,
Oh, so
buy
it
access.
comes out on Friday for early access.
I think so, something like that.
I'll be playing Rivals this weekend. I'm not. I'll play
Yeah.
that. That looks good. That does look good. The characters that they've been revealing like this week look really good. I'll probably be playing on PlayStation. See, they have like perks for PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Because
if
it's
they're.
free
I
to
don't know
play,
if
right?
they're. What?
It's free to play, right?
It is free to play, but Fortnite does the things where
Yeah,
they get like
yeah.
PlayStation packs. Well, there's a exclusive Spider-Man skin for PlayStation, and then if
That
you're
makes sense.
PlayStation Plus, I think you get a like a pack for a penny.
Hmm.
But I'm excited to try it out. I'm glad like all the characters are free. Like you don't have to pay for the characters.
Yeah. There is
Excited.
there's a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers beat 'em up coming out
Oh
here pretty
yeah,
soon
Rita's
too.
Revenge or Rita's
Yeah,
Rewind.
Rita's Rewind.
That's
Yeah.
next week.
So I mean, I feel like there's still stuff good coming out in December.
Uh,
Anton Blast is TBA. They have not. It's
okay,
supposedly in December, but
I mean,
who
it's
knows?
apparently it came out on PC like today, so
Okay.
we'll see. But that's another Anton
Set to release on
Blast.
December 3rd for Microsoft Windows and sometime prior to 2025 for Nintendo Switch.
That's another one that's like Pizza Tower. That's WarioWare or Wario
Mm-hmm.
Land inspired.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's unscheduled releases. Okay, I see. So there was a lot of stuff that came out this year for sure.
Nothing I think that like is like head and shoulders above it all though.
No, I agree. I don't think there was anything that really was so. Last year had some phenomenal games like Tears of the Kingdom coming out. Spider-Man 2 coming out was fantastic.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3. Like I don't think we had that this year.
Mm-mm.
There's definitely good games. Like I'm not gonna say it was. I saw RGT, whatever his name is. He said that this year sucked for gaming, which I don't know about sucked, but it definitely wasn't the best year. But we also got some
we're
like cool stuff, like the Fallout show. I know that's not a game, but we got a Fallout
yeah.
show.
We're in a weird spot with games. Like we're waiting on Switch 2. PlayStation just put out a mid-gen refresh. People are waiting on what Xbox is maybe going to do. The fact that games take 5, 6, 7 years to make sometimes is stifling kind of the excitement that you get when a game just comes. Like we're told about a game, and then a couple of years later, after waiting for a long time, it comes out, and then especially if it falls flat or people build up what they think it is in their mind, then stuff falls flat. Games get canceled, even stuff that's critically acclaimed, like Prince of Persia and other stuff.
Even Concord was like, well, I guess it wasn't
Well, Concord got in
critically
its own way.
acclaimed.
When Sony charged for a game that should be free to play,
Yeah,
that's what killed that game.
I,
Um,
I wonder what
but
they're
yeah,
thinking right now with, because it was a hero shooter, and then they have Rivals coming out, which is a hero shooter.
mhm.
Like I
But
think
it's free to
Rivals
play.
is gonna it's
That's
free
the
to play.
thing.
I think it's gonna do really really well. It's free to play. It has the Marvel IP. It seems like they're doing all the right things, so I don't think it's gonna flop. I'm
Even
excited.
Fortnite this year did a lot with like embracing the classicness of.
Yeah,
Well,
is
no,
it
was all that rebranding this year too? Was Rocket
with like
Racing and Lego
no? I think
Fortnite
that was
and
last year. I don't
was that
remember
last December maybe?
With Lego and Rocket Racing, but they also just
Yeah.
they're making Fortnite OG permanent. I
Yep.
think
And
this
they're
week.
gonna
I think it's this week,
yeah, it
right?
comes out on the 6th, I think.
So it's so fascinating. Like Fortnite, we have a new season. How that has been able to maintain relevance for all
Hmm.
these years, and these other games are just kind of struggling to try to catch up. But 2024 wasn't horrible, but I don't think it was great. I
Hmm.
don't think it was fantastic.
Switch 2 next year.
Switch to 2020. I'm excited for 2025. I, if we don't get a Switch 2 next year, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just
What Nintendo's gonna have some answers to be made to their investors if I don't know.
well
Well, I
20
guess they aren't struggling. I guess that's part of the problem is they aren't struggling, and they're still putting out an 8-year-old console. And
yeah, and next year we
it's,
will have at least one system seller in Pokemon Legends ZA
yeah,
on Switch.
I had a coworker. He's like, it doesn't make sense to buy the OLED right now this Christmas. I was like, nope, because he has a Switch.
Yeah,
And he's like, it doesn't make sense. I was like, no, it does not. Don't do that. So it's like
yeah, no,
anybody kind of in the know, like they're losing sales right now.
yeah.
And
I don't understand why they haven't revealed it yet. Now we're in December. Like it doesn't matter. People are done, pretty much done their shopping. Like
well, part of the problem was nobody put anything on sale this year either. Like Black Friday
yeah,
sales were very lackluster. And I think I saw people on TikTok taking note of what prices were the week before last or whatever, and all these retailers marked stuff up to then mark it
to
down.
mark it down. Yeah, yeah. I mean, now the sales are pretty much what the price should be.
Yeah.
I did pick up a bunch of Switch games because like they never go on sale, so I picked up games for half off,
Hmm.
which I'm happy with. But yeah, I don't know. This year did feel like a holdover. I'm hoping 2025 is a good year. I mean, we're supposed to have a ton of things, not just from Nintendo, but like from the other companies. We're supposed to get
Xbox has got stuff cooking. I mean,
yeah.
we aren't going to see Perfect Dark yet, but
Well, we're supposed to
um
see Fable. We're supposed to see Doom.
oh yeah, that Doom Middle Ages or whatever it's called.
Yeah, maybe. maybe Gears of War. I can't remember if that was 2025 or 2026.
That might be 2026 because that was all CG
But
trailer
I'm
stuff.
sure like these games are going to get delayed anyway, and then we're supposed to also get
That's part of the problem.
GTA. We're supposed to get GTA 6 next year, so
What's Vegas taking on the over under if that actually comes? Because they were like, because they're thinking that it's not going to come out, and because 2K I think was asked in their investor call or whatever, and I don't know who the head of 2K is or whatever, but said no changed or report or whatever. Like, I think he was asked directly if Rockstar was going to meet the estimation of 2025, and he said nothing to report this time or something like that.
huh.
But it's like Rockstar gets to take as long as they want. That's the thing.
Yeah, because that game is going to make. Well, there's a report that it costs $2 billion to make, but they're gonna.
But how much money have they made in shark cards? That's the thing.
No, they're gonna make that money back so quickly that it doesn't even matter. They make so much money off of GTA 5 now that doesn't matter. But 2025 could be a big year just with like Nintendo alone. We're supposed to get Metroid Prime 4,
3D Mario.
Yeah, if they have a Switch 2, we should see something that's like a 3D Mario or a Mario Kart.
Has Sakurai been working on something for 2 years?
Yeah, what is he doing?
Because how long did he pre-record his
I think it was 2
channel?
years. I think it was 2 years.
So he's been working on something for 2 years then.
Yeah.
So that means he's a year out from putting something out. So by Christmas we get Smash Brothers Ultimate.
I'd be down. Honestly, I'd be down with Ultimate or Ultimate Deluxe or new Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Deluxe. I don't know. But this is a long episode. We're almost at 2 hours.
Boom.
I don't know if we broke the record. I don't think we did, but we're close.
I'm not Thunderstash, so
yeah, Thunderstash I think still has the record. But I do I'm glad we did this. I like talking about the games, looking back at the games that came out this year. Because
it's crazy to go back and look at the stuff that the year seems so short, but also so long, and so like we were talking before we even started recording. It's like, oh, that came out this year. That came out like you forget.
Yeah, especially the games like in the very beginning of the year. I do not remember that they came out this year. Like it's all like a blur.
That November, December, January, February all kind of blends together.
Yeah, but yeah, no, this is fun. I enjoyed this. Next week is the Game Awards, right? Next Thursday.
I believe so. Yep.
So
hopefully some announcements. We'll see.
But let us know your favorite games of the year or your least favorite games of the year. And where can people find you, Crawler?
Best spots are TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E. And then eventually on Nintendo Powercast when we bring that back. Like I said, Josh wants to do at least get an episode out kind of every month or so. So we'll hopefully get that back up and running.
I think once like the Switch 2 stuff starts ramping up, like it's gonna. Yeah. I don't think people realize how long it's been since we actually got any substantial news from Nintendo. So I think once Switch 2 gets revealed, it's gonna be a good time. But I'm John Ebo everywhere. I'm on Twitter. I am coming back to Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and also the Nintendo Powercast when it comes back. What's your final say?
2024 was all right, but I'm looking forward, like you said, to 2025. Switch 2, just more stuff. That better stuff than what we had this year.
I'm checking something real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Broncos won. GG.
They did. Yep.